You are at that time evaluating your both listening and speaking skills. So this is a very beneficial technique because it allows you to improve your listening, speaking, and even allows you to evaluate your skills at the same time. Hello everybody, how are you all? Hope you're doing great. So welcome back to another session of Learning English with me. Today, I'm going to tell you a technique that will help you to practice your English speaking skills when you're alone at home. That is, you get to speak English without a partner. You can practice your English speaking without any partner. This is a huge dilemma among all English learners, that how to practice English when you're at home, how to practice your English speaking without a partner. So I am back again with yet another powerful technique for you to practice your English speaking without any partner. So are you ready for this? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor, certified by the University of Cambridge, the UK, and you're watching Speak English with Shivangi. Before beginning, I would like to request you to please subscribe the channel so that you don't miss out on the English video lessons that I post. You get one English video lesson every day on this channel. Also like the video and share it with your friends too. Now coming back to the lesson, that is how to practice English speaking alone at home. So I have this particular technique for you, and the technique is listen and retell. Listen and retell. Now this technique is a great way to practice your English speaking skills and also develop your English thinking ability, how to think in English. So I mentioned this skill in my previous video, that is think in English. Think only in English. Now you people are loving the video and I was telling about this particular technique, but now I want to discuss the step-by-step process of this particular technique, how you can take this technique up and how you can use this technique to practice your English listening as well as your English speaking. So this is a technique that can help you develop two of the English skills at the same time. That is your listening skills, very important, and your speaking skills, again, extremely important to communicate. So now what you have to do, listen to the steps now. I'm gonna get into the procedure of this particular listen and retell technique. Okay, step number one is to choose an audio. You need to choose a particular audio and you need to listen to it. Now you're listening to an audio, you're choosing an audio. It can be either in the form of video. You can also choose a video for that. You can go on YouTube and there you can listen to a particular thing. But keep in mind that listening is the main activity right now. So your focus must be on listening. Even if you're watching a video, focus on listening. Listen to what is being said. And if you're choosing an audio, you're choosing a podcast, maybe an interview, you're listening something on radio, whatever is the format of your audio, choose that and listen to it. The topic can be of your choice. It can be about anything. It can be educational, it can be related to sports, lifestyle, fashion, whatever you want to listen to, what you're more interested towards, you can choose that topic and you can listen to it. Step number two, that is to not turn on any subtitles if you are watching a video, or not to read the transcript while you're listening to a podcast or listening to an audio. So if you're listening to an audio, do not read the transcript. Do not turn the subtitles on when you are watching a YouTube video, because the sole focus here is to listen to the thing. You need to pay attention towards listening. Listening is the main activity. So be mindful that your whole focus should be on what you are listening to. So step number three. Step number three is retell. This is the time to retell. Whatever you have listened to, you have to retell. Now, when you're retelling, it's not that you have to imitate the speaker, you're not doing shadowing. Be mindful of the fact that this is neither imitation nor shadowing. You are not repeating after the speaker. You're listening to the speaker with your full attention. You're not even stopping to check in between the meaning of the words. You're not trying to record the vocabulary. No, you are listening to the speaker with your full attention. And this is going to be whatever you have understood from that particular audio or the video, whatever you were listening to, and the thing that you have understood, you are going to tell it in your own words. Do not copy whatever the speaker said. Do not copy those sentences. This activity is for you to frame your own sentences. You have to retell. It's like you're summarizing the whole thing. You can say, kind of giving summary about whatever you have listened to. So you have listened to basically a podcast on lifestyle. Maybe you have listened to a podcast on health and fitness. So you have to summarize it. You might have listened to a podcast on your English speaking skills. You might have listened to a podcast on any other educational topic. Maybe it's a news telecast. So whatever you have listened to, you have to retell in your own words. Retell. And the activity should be around 1 to 2 minutes long. Do not stop when you're retelling. Use your own words. If you're not able to gather the idea, pause, jot down your ideas, your thoughts, and then speak. But the thing is that you have to speak. You have to summarize. If you want, you can even take a few minutes before beginning to speak. Take a few minutes, think about everything that you have listened to, maybe jot them down in just some small notes kind of thing. Keep it aside. Do not look. You're not going to read. You're going to do your speaking practice. So it was just to jot everything down, to gather all your thoughts. Now, once you have done that, you're ready to speak. It's going to help you better. You will be able to speak in a better way. So start your speaking practice and start summarizing whatever you have listened to. That is your retell. You are retelling in your own words. So step 4 is to listen to the audio once again. And this time you listen to it with a transcript, or you listen to the video, that is watch the video with the subtitles. Because once you do this, you'll be able to understand how much were you able to grasp through your listening. It's like you're testing your listening and then you're even testing your speaking. You are at that time evaluating your both listening and speaking skills. So this is a very beneficial technique because it allows you to improve your listening, speaking, and even allows you to evaluate your skills at the same time. And when you read the transcript while listening in the step 4 and read the subtitles while watching the video, in this step 4, you are solidifying all the English information, the English content you are consuming. So it will go to your active part of the brain. You'll have more and more practice of using that particular sentence, the word, the phrase, whatever you've come across. So first you have listened to it, then you retold everything in your own words, and now you're listening to it once again with the transcript. Whatever content in English you're intaking, it's going to your active part of the brain. So it's a great way to develop your English speaking, listening, and your overall English skills. In short, so listen and retell. Now I need to give you a bonus tip. You can consider this as a bonus tip. If you are a beginner, what to do. If you are at an advanced or intermediate level, what to do. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest start with short stories. We always recommend in ESL, International English Teaching Word, always recommend to start with short stories. If you're new to this, start with short stories. You can listen to the story and retell everything because stories are often interesting. They are easy to understand and you get easy language there. So you'll get a good kickstart for this particular technique. And then once you are comfortable, you can move on to more advanced ways of practicing this particular technique. That's your podcasts. Okay, and another thing is your YouTube videos, any kind of audio that you're selecting. Maybe you are listening to an interview, maybe you are listening to something else. So any typical audio will come under advanced English, advanced part of practicing your English listening and speaking skills. So you can either start with the stories, or you can go for a podcast, for news, for interview, anything that you want. Now, I also have lots and lots of lessons with stories where I'm reading out a particular book to you, particular novel, particular stories. So you can go back, check those videos out, listen to whatever I'm telling you in that particular read aloud session, and then you can use that lesson to practice your listen and retell. So you listen to me reading out loud the story to you, and then you can retell the whole story in your own words. Plus, whatever I'm teaching you in that particular lesson, maybe the vocabulary, the grammar, the pronunciation, it will be an additional part of learning for you. You get to learn that, and you also get to practice your listen and retell. That is your English speaking practice. So that was the session for today. That is it. That's all. I hope you liked the video and you are going to use this particular technique to practice English. Listen and retell is an amazing way to practice your English speaking. Believe me, you just need to give 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of listening and 5 minutes of practicing your English speaking. And within those 10 minutes, you are good to go. So I hope you're going to use this technique and practice your English speaking. Now I'm going to meet you tomorrow with a new lesson. Till then, take care and bye.